Pacific Rim Uprising is the sequel to the 2013 Monsters vs. Robots mashup that I never gave a single fuck about, but apparently there was enough of a fan base to warrant a sequel, so here we are, this movie exists. Basically, it's all you need to know. It's Monsters vs. Robots. This is just fan service for any stupid fuck who ever had a monster toy and a robot toy and just smashed them together. That is the plot. That's all you get. We follow 10 years after the first film. There have been no kaiju attacks of the monsters. The kaijus are the monsters. The Jaegers are the robots. That's super important because that's all they refer to them by. And so the Jaegerbots, they're not in demand because of fewer monsters. And it's such a, terribly relatable problem to drive our sequel forward. So we follow John Boyega's character, who is the son of Idris Elba's character from the original. However, he has no intentions of following even close to his father's heroic footsteps. He is just a thief and presented to be a total dick. So, I'm all for unlikable leads, complicated characters, things like that. But it's pretty bad when your character is so poorly written that not even Boyega, a charismatic actor such as himself, cannot make this character likable. Pretty bad. So he ends up meeting this trash rat chick that's living in the junkyard, who just so happens to have lost her family to a kaiju attack, and apparently in this awful universe where you lose your family, you immediately get your mechanic's badge because somehow Homegirl has just crafted her own Jaegerbot out of bolts and Taco Bell wrappers, and that's just what happens next. I guess the Air Force, or whatever, that is handling the pilots that control the robots that, it's so annoying. It's just so convoluted. It's it has to be two people neurally connected handling a robot moving forward. It's just so stupid. Anyway, they pick them up, and finally Scott Eastwood is in this film, thank God. And they immediately become Rangers because they're just so good at what they do, even though we learn that Boyega's character, used to be a cadet, but was such a piece of shit he was thrown out, and it's so why is he just so good now? Do they literally only have, the worst people signing up for this? Go figure. Whatever, I don't know. But then we get this random rogue attack from this rogue Jaegerbot that's just attacking people, and we finally get a reason to maybe start caring about this movie. But no! Everything that happens in it, everything that happens in this stupid-ass movie will just make you think, why the fuck am I watching this? I see a lot of nerds divided on the original Pacific Rim and Godzilla, the most recent Godzilla. A lot of Pacific Rim fans don't like the most recent Godzilla, and a lot of those Godzilla fans don't like Pacific Rim. I fall into that latter camp. I really enjoyed Godzilla, but I thought Pacific Rim just was a complete failure that just did not entertain at all in any way. And this sequel is even worse. Where the first one was a miss, this is a mess. I mean, from the very beginning, I run in thinking I could have some popcorn munching fun, just shut my brain up and think, hey, this could be the start of its own kind of franchise. But really what I noticed as it went on, I mean, for one, we don't get any robot versus monster action until the end of the film. Yes, all of the good stuff you saw in the trailer, that's the finale, of course. And we end up getting a really convoluted, stupid plot, unlikable characters, and a lot of CGI on CGI action. This is this year's Transformers movie. That's exactly what this is. As I was watching this, I was like, oh, fuck, they duped me. I hate the Transformers movies. Those movies are the biggest problem with film. It is so bad, and this was just trying to be a Transformers movie. And that just sucked for me. I really hated it. I mean, one, it just plain sucked, but then it got suckier and suckier. It sucked on top of sucking. What I mostly really didn't enjoy was the dynamic between our leads. It really made me feel a lot like Valerian did last year. Another big budget sci-fi action mess. And I just kept wanting the girl to take over and just be like, yeah, homeboy, you can go back to 1994, but shut the fuck up. I got this. I'm taking over. Because we just have this stupid, cocky asshole that thinks he's cool paving the way, and this sidekick chick who's just like, yeah, cool, my whole family died, I learned how to rebuild robots, but I'm just here to maybe, support you. That's cool. The whole movie just ends up having all these different moments that were almost awe-inspiring, but were like flashed through so quickly that it was like, oh, okay, never mind, we're done here. And you just don't really get a chance to become engrossed at all as an audience member. For big budget action movies and anything to keep the monster craze alive, but this whole thing is set up on the premise of a portal at the bottom of the ocean opening up to let alien monsters through because aliens. And seemingly this whole portal only opens based off of how much it profits. So do not let there be a third one. This one just, I know it's a fan service movie for fanboys, but it doesn't make the proper moves to be a fun and entertaining film. It wastes its time trying to make you believe that two people need to be connected by their brains in order to power a fucking robot machine, and it's just an absolute joke. I mean, if you really loved the first Pacific Rim, I guess you're a diehard. You can't help but see it. But seriously, let's just stop this one in its tracks. We do not need a third. We do not need this to be a franchise. Let's maybe just let some other monster movies take the spotlight. What are the ones you looking forward to? I know I'm looking forward to the Meg, just saying, because I love shark stuff. I could do with some more shark movies. The Pacific Rim, it just failed to entertain. It's just bad characters with bad dialogue, with bad character arcs, and just overall, everything about this was shockingly more bad than I expected going in. I really went in with pretty low expectations. The bar was really here, and I cannot believe that it delivered all the way down here. That's just my take on Pacific Rim. What did you guys think of it? What did you think of Pacific Rim? I give it a 1.5 out of 5. I mean, I really thought this was absolute garbage. Or really just, maybe if you want to make fun of it or just see Scott Eastwood look hot as usual just by being alive, then maybe it's worth a watch for you. But overall, I just did not find anything entertaining about it. It had some cool special effects, obviously, but barely enough to make this a watchable view. That's my take. Now, what are you guys looking forward to heading into our big budget, crazy CGI summer movie season? Feel free to let me know in the comments below, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching.